Bring the tray back.
You may be seated.
All right, people may call their next witness.
People called Dustin Lolley.
Mr. Lolley, before you sit down, I'll ask you to raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty for perjury?
I do.
Okay, you can go ahead and have a seat.
Good morning.
Morning.
Could you please say your name and spell it for the record?
Dustin Lolley. Dustin Lolley.
Thank you. How did you know Dee Warner?
I've been dating her daughter Raquel since 2016.
Okay. And are you still dating her today?
That is correct.
Okay. And you guys have kids?
3 kids.
And back in April of 2021, how many kids did you have at that point in time?
2 girls.
And do you recall around November of 2019, you working on a project?
Yes.
Okay, can you explain that to the jury?
We purchased the house from Dee and Dale Warner in November of 2019. We gutted our house and started a full remodel on it.
Is that the house you currently live in?
That is correct.
And where is it in relation to the Munger property?
I would say behind their house,
Okay.
the Warner's house.
So a mile, half a mile? Could you give us an estimate?
Half a mile.
And what street is your house on?
Carson Highway.
And would that be north or south of the Munger, of Carson and Munger?
It'd be north.
Okay, great. And what, you say you fully gutted the house?
That's correct.
Did you do the work yourself?
Yes, I did.
And could you explain like your daily pattern of how you would work on the house?
I'd go to work early, 7 a.m., 6 a.m. When I get home in the afternoon, I'd head straight to my house and work on it till approximately 9 o'clock at night.
Okay, and then what would you do?
I would leave there and meet Raquel and our kids at the Warner residence, where we would shower and eat dinner, and then we would head from there to where we were staying during the project at Raquel's dad's house.
Okay, so you weren't living at the house while you were gutting it.
That is correct.
And explain where you were living then?
Wheelan Road, Tim Bach's house, Raquel's father.
Okay. So how long did this go on where you would go to work, work on the house, and then go over to the Munger farm for dinner and family time? How long did that go on?
A very long time. I worked on the house, well, from 2020 is when I tore it apart until 2022.
All right, so up until April 2021, the pattern is still going on?
Correct.
Okay. And does this conclude weekends too?
Yes, from the weekends it'd just be from when I woke up till maybe 10 or 11 at night.
And when you went over there, and you said generally it was around 9 p.m., is that right? to the Munger house?
Yes.
Would everybody had waited for you to eat, or what?
Nope, everybody's already ate. Usually our daughters would be bathed and ready for bed. I would walk in and I'd eat by myself at the kitchen table, or I would be the only one eating, yes.
Okay. And just describe for the jury a little bit the room that you would be sitting in. You said you were at the kitchen table?
Kitchen table, that's connected to the kitchen, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the living room, where's the living room from the kitchen table?
Yes, right next to it, 15, 20 feet away from the living room.
Okay, open floor plan?
Open floor plan.
Okay. And so, would you sit by yourself at the table?
No, occasionally I'd have Raquel sitting with me, Dee sitting with me, conversating.
Okay, and what about Dale? Was he ever in your presence?
Not in the kitchen with us, no.
Where would he be?
In the living room, maybe elsewhere, not in there with us.
Okay. And can you give us a sense of approximately, is it like half of the time he would be there, every other, I mean?
I think it would depend on the time of the year for, maybe he was busy with the plant or the harvest. Wintertime, he'd be there.
Okay. So were you around enough to know like the different seasons of farming?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you just mentioned planting. Could you explain what that means?
Spring, you'd be getting tractors ready, planting crop. Summer was a little slower, and then fall would be the harvest, so that'd be one of the busiest times.
Okay. And so are you saying that Dale's presence in the room there where you were eating your dinner depended on the season?
That's correct.
Okay. And which seasons would he be normally gone?
Plant and harvest.
Okay. And were you able to observe Dee's attitude, her, her feelings during those times? Was it the same as always? Was it different?
No. Definitely when Dale was not around, Dee was a lot more relaxed, laid back, could be herself. When he was around, she was uptight and watching over her shoulder.
Okay. Did you, while you were there and Dale was there, on the occasions that Dale was there, did he make comments to you regarding Dee that you recall?
Yeah, I would call there was a fair amount of degrading comments.
Do you have any specific examples?
Yes, there would be comments about Dee's cooking.
Do you remember anything? What would the comments be about the cooking?
Just what the hell is this, or this is burnt, or this isn't done. That's as far as cooking. There was other degrading comments about Dee's choice of clothing or what she was wearing.
Would he direct these comments to Dee or to you?
He would say them loud enough so she would hear them, or when she's in the presence of the comment, definitely so she could hear it. But it was said to me.
Okay.
I would just object to speculation to the part where she could hear it. He doesn't know Mr. Warner's purpose for saying things.
I guess it was Dee actually present in the room when he was saying these
Yes.
things? Okay. I think it's fair to say.
So to the extent that the answer included a comment about what Mr. Warner's purpose for saying it was, I would agree with that objection. I
Okay.
think that is speculative.
Thank you. So, but I do think you just said that the comments themselves were at least directed to you, and how did you know that he was directing them to you? Did he use your name, for example?
My name, or he's looking directly at me.
Okay. All right, and how often do you think those comments were made?
I would say I probably heard about 24 of them.
Okay. Would there be a time where you would try to exclude him from the conversation you were having while you were eating dinner?
Yeah, I guess when we're just sitting at the kitchen table, just Raquel, Dee, and I, while I'm eating. Dee usually, when Dale was there, Dee would try and speak a little softer, a little lower tone. That way the conversation was the three of us.
Okay. And then did Dale do anything that you saw to try to get in the conversation?
Yeah, there's one time I can remember specifically where we were eating. I was eating. Dee and Raquel sitting at the table with me. Dale was sitting in the living room, and he would walk to the pantry behind the kitchen table, and he would get 2-3 M&Ms, and then slowly walk back by, go sit on the couch, and then get back up, and then walk past us, just 2 or 3 M&Ms, and then so on and so forth, slowing down at the kitchen table.
Okay. Was there an incident at some point regarding the Hummer?
Yes.
Okay, and when was that?
That was July of 21. No, I'm sorry, July of 2020.
Okay. And explain what happened.
Dee asked me to come and look at something that she had found in her Hummer.
And did you do that?
I did.
And what did you find, if anything?
Dee handed me a small black device, and she said, "I found this in my Hummer."
Okay. If I showed you a picture of that, would you recognize it?
Yes. That is it, and I took that picture.
Okay. All right. And can you just, explain what that is?
It plugs into the OBD2 sensor that all vehicles have, down by your left knee area in the vehicle, the driver's side. And like I said, Dee gave that to me and asked me if I know what it is.
Okay. And did you know what it was, or did you find out?
Offhand, I did not know what it was. I did Google one of the numbers that are on the screen there to find out what it was.
And what was it?
It said it was a tracking device.
Okay. All right. And so did you tell Dee what you found, what it was?
Correct, yes.
Okay. All right. And then did you do anything with it after that point?
I asked Dee what she wanted to do with it.
Okay. And what did you do as a result of talking to her?
She wanted me to,
Objection, hearsay.
That's fine, Your Honor. That's fine. I'll re-ask the question. I just want to know what you did in response to.
okay. The top button, I pushed it in. The device came apart in 2 halves, and there was an SD card inside of it. I removed the SD card, put the 2 plastic halves back together, and I handed both the SD card and the device back to Dee.
Okay. And did you see it from that point what she did with it?
Yes, she put the SD card back in her pocket, or she put it in her pocket, and then she turned around to head back to the garage with the device
Okay. And do you know where the Hummer was at that point?
in the garage.
Okay. Now I want to take you to Saturday, April 24, 2021. Do you recall what you were doing that night? Like 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night?
I'm definitely working on the house. I do believe we had company over at some point in the night.
Okay. And do you recall Raquel leaving to go back to her dad's?
Yes, Raquel and our daughters were at the house earlier in the afternoon. Raquel left with our daughters to get them back to Tim's to bed.
Okay. And do you know approximately what time you went from the place you were working on to Tim's?
I would say the 10 to 11, closer to 11 o'clock p.m.
Okay. And does your route between your house on Carson and Tim Box take you past the Munger farm?
It does.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary when you went by?
The only thing I noticed were the lights on in the house.
Okay. Now, Sunday morning, April 25th, did you have plans for that day?
Yes.
What were they?
Raquel and I were planning on going floor shopping, flooring for our house.
Okay. And what about for breakfast? Did you have breakfast plans?
Yes.
And what were they?
To go to Dee's house where she often made Sunday morning breakfast.
Was this every single Sunday, or what was the arrangement?
Unless we had something that we couldn't make it, yes, every Sunday.
Okay. And so do you go over there that Sunday morning?
Yes, we did.
Can you give me an approximate time or an exact time if you know?
Approximately 9 a.m.
All right. And who goes with you? You and who else?
Me, Raquel, and our 2 daughters.
And when you get there, is anybody home?
No.
Is it a situation where you guys knock on the door, or what's the custom when you get to the Munger house?
The door was always unlocked. We walk in.
All right. Okay, so you see anybody in there when you get inside?
No.
Do you personally look around or yell any names or anything like that?
Nope, Raquel.
Okay, so you saw Raquel go?
Yes,
All right. And as far as you could tell at that point, no one home.
correct.
Did you, when you pulled in, the very first thing, did you see anything unusual?
I did notice the Hummer and the JCB telehandler parked down at the office.
So the JCB, the front end loader, right?
Correct.
And the Hummer were both up or down, however you describe it, but they were positioned at the office.
Correct.
Okay. Like parked in the parking lot, parking spots in front of the office?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, so do you end up eating breakfast?
Yes.
And do you remember, was it like a cereal or was it something that you would make or what?
Raquel had made a meat and eggs. I don't remember. So
Okay. Can you give us an approximate how much time it took to make and eat breakfast?
30 to 40 minutes. We were
Okay.
done eating.
Okay. And then what do you do after breakfast is finished?
We load the girls up in the car. We then drive down to the office so that Raquel can go see her mom, which we thought that she was at the office
And why did you think she was at the office?
because the Hummer was parked in front of the office.
Okay. All right, so Raquel gets out of the, you have a car, truck, what are you
Not a
driving?
truck, a pickup
Right.
truck, yeah.
Raquel gets out of the truck,
She walks in, I stay in the truck with the girls, and then Raquel returns, and she said she's not in there.
all right, and then where do you go?
We then drive to our house. We just sit in the driveway in my truck while Raquel makes phone calls, trying to find Dee.
All right, and you're present for those calls?
Yes.
All right, so do you know who she called?
I know she called her siblings and Stephanie Focal.
Stephanie Glocum. And had anybody seen Dee?
No,
No one knew who she was?
no.
Okay, so now what do you do?
So then after the phone calls, we then drive back to the Warner residence. We pull into the new shop. I get out of my truck because I know that the camper, the motorhome, is parked in the new shop. I get out and I walk in to see if possibly Dee slept in the new camper that night, or not the new camper, the camper that night.
Okay, and just the new shop, is that the big building that's kind of attached to the office?
That's correct.
Okay, and it has the 4 big overhead doors?
That's correct.
Okay. All right, so you look in the camper, no Dee.
No.
Get back in the truck?
Yes.
And then where?
And we drove up to the house, went back inside the house, and from there, that's when we search for Dee.
Okay. At some point, do you go to the Hardys?
Yes.
Okay, when is that?
After we had searched the house and, of course, did not find Dee,
Okay.
we loaded back up. We drive down to the Hardee's Event Center, where there's 2 bedrooms located in the barn. I go up in there, look in the 2 bedrooms. 2 bedrooms were empty. Didn't look like they had even been slept in. And then we proceeded on to the Hardee's residence.
So the event center, how far approximately from the Munger farm?
A mile, if.
Okay. And and then the Hardee's residence, how far is that from the event center?
Once again, a mile.
Okay. And do you contact anybody at the Hardy home?
Yes,
Who's there?
Shelley Hardy.
What about Greg?
No, he wasn't there.
All right. And did Shelley have any information about Dee?
None.
All right. And so then what do you do?
So Shelly gets in my truck with us, and we go to what we call the Cedar Point property, which is M50 near Onstead Highway. And there's a barn on that property with a bedroom in that as well.
Okay. You searched there?
Yes, I got out of my truck, I walked in and searched that bedroom.
Okay. Anything at all?
Not as far as D, no.
Okay. Anything else? Anybody there?
Yes,
Who's there?
Brian Bush and one of his friends,
Okay.
hunting,
You say they were hunting?
that's what they told me.
And how were they dressed, if you remember?
They were dressed in a camo hunting gear.
All right. So then where from Cedar Point?
So from Cedar Point, we then went back to the Warner's office, where we joined up with Zach and TJ, and attempting to look for Dee on security camera footage.
So do you remember what Raquel does? Does she go in the office with you, or does she go someplace else?
Raquel and Shelly go back into the house.
Okay. And where are your daughters at that point?
They're still with us. We had not, I don't believe we dropped them off yet.
Okay. At some point, you do drop them off, though?
That's correct.
Okay. All right. And so approximately how long do you think you're in the office from that point?
It was a couple hours.
Okay. And what was going on in the office while you were in there?
We were making phone calls to anybody and everybody looking for Dee, and once again, Zach is attempting to find security camera footage to see anything that happened.
Okay. And you were in there that time while he's looking?
That's correct.
Okay. Did he ever point anything out to you that, okay, here she is, or here she is, anything along those lines?
No.
Okay. Do you ever see Dale?
Yes, a couple of times.
And when was that?
While we were while Zach is going through the security cameras, Dale comes in and out a few times.
Okay. And does he make any comments or anything happen when he is in there?
He was just talking about she probably took off. I'm not sure where she went. She was sleeping when I left this morning on the couch.
And you said he was in and out various times. Did he tell you when he was leaving out what he was going to do?
Yep, gonna go spray is what he had said two times that he left. I'm gonna head out and spray.
Okay. And did you hear the sprayer or see the sprayer leaving anytime after that?
I did see the sprayer one time leave and then one time return.
Okay. Was there any mention of calling the police?
Yes.
Who mentioned that?
It was either Zach or TJ.
Okay. And was Dale there when that was mentioned?
Yes.
Did he have any response?
I wouldn't get ahead of yourself along those lines.
Okay. So, no, do you have any sign of Dee at all on Sunday?
Never.
What happens after you leave the office?
After I left the office, I went back to work on my house. Raquel did not go with me.
Okay. So you weren't part of the group that went to Zach's?
No.
All right. All right, now I want to ask you about the time after Sunday. Did you maintain a good relationship with Dale for the next few months after that Sunday?
The same relationship that I always had, which was more acquaintances over friends or anything more.
Okay. Did you have any conversations with him in that 2 or 3 months immediately following the
Yes.
Sunday?
In July of 21, Dale came to my house and just stood in my living room and talked.
Okay. And do you remember did any of the comments that he made at that time stand out to you?
Yes.
What was it?
Dale told me that, Dee fucking hated you, right?
Okay. You know why he would have said that?
Objection, speculation.
I'll withdraw, Your Honor. Was there ever a time, or maybe it was the same time, when he made other comments about Dee's marital faithfulness?
Yes, that also was something that he spoke of about. She probably ran off with another guy.
Okay. Did he say whether he had any knowledge of any past marital infidelities?
No, not to me.
Did you borrow any equipment right around that period of time from Dale?
Yes, I did.
What did you borrow?
The JCB loader.
All right. And do you remember the comment he made around the time that you were asking him to borrow that regarding the investigation?
Yes, I did go over to ask if I could use it to move insulation at my house, and I just said, "Hey, what's going on?" And he said, "Oh, not much. They're trying to fucking pin this on me."
Okay. And did he say anything more about the police having been there with dogs?
Yes, about how he had requested they leave, and that was tied to the conversation about they're trying to pin this on me.
And did he say a particular place that he didn't want the dogs to go?
Objection leading.
Just an open-ended question, Your Honor. It's a subject matter.
Which with very specific context in the question.
All right, I don't think there was that much context in the question. I think Mr. McCready's pointing him to a direction, and the witness is free to say no. So I don't think it's objectionable, overrule the objection.
Yes, he said because I kicked them off the property, and they wanted to get in that barn, the sprayer barn.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Nothing further.
Good morning, Mr. Lolley. My name is Marissa Vinsky. I represent Mr. Warner, and I just have some questions for you. In regards to the comments Mr. Warner would make about Miss Warner's food being burnt or not liking the food, what would Miss Warner say back?
She would roll her eyes.
Every time?
Yes.
I want to discuss the GPS tracker. You went over, you said July 2020. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And at the point when you had gone over, Miss Warner had already taken the device out of wherever she found it.
Yes, Dee approached me in the house with the device.
So you did not see it plugged in.
No, she just told me.
You have no personal knowledge of where Miss Warner found the device.
No.
And you testified you didn't know what it was?
When she initially showed it to me, correct, I didn't know what it was.
And you had to Google to find out information about it.
Yes.
On Saturday, April 24th, 2021, you were working on your house that you were renovating.
That's correct.
And you said you left your house around the 10 to 11 p.m. hour, but maybe closer to 11.
That's correct.
At that time, you drove past the Warner house on Munger.
That's correct.
And Miss Bach, Raquel, your girlfriend, she had left well before when you left with the kids.
That's correct.
you testified that you, on direct, that you saw lights on at the house,
That's correct.
but you actually didn't recall anything unusual at the house when you drove past.
No.
And you only remembered one light maybe through the front door, nothing specific, correct?
Correct.
Moving on to April 25th, you go to the Warner home again in the 9 a.m. hour.
Yes.
And when you drive onto the property, you entered through the west side of the house on the driveway.
That's correct.
You walked right in.
Yes.
The doors were not locked. It
Yes.
sounds like they almost never were locked.
As far as I can remember.
You then went to the office where you stayed in the car and Miss Bach went inside.
Correct.
At some point you leave the farm, you go to your house.
Yes.
And then when you go back to the Warner farm, you said that you searched the new shop. Is that correct?
I went directly to the camper, the RV.
And that's located in the new shop?
Yes.
Miss Saylor, can you pull up Defense's Exhibit A, please? And zoom in to the new shop. Is that building that is directly next to the office to the left, is that the new shop that you're talking about?
Yes.
And then you testified you went to the Hardy's house at some point after that.
Yes.
Greg Hardy was not home, it was just Shelley Hardy there.
That's correct.
And then at some point after leaving the Hardy farm, there's a lot of properties, so I understand, but you actually checked, there's a vacant house on Carson Highway, is that correct?
Yes.
And you went to this property, and the property is across from the Warner farm?
Yeah. Yes.
You seemed a little hesitant.
It's not directly. Yeah. It's across on Carson. Yes.
Directly across, kitty corner, diagonal,
Somewhat kitty corner.
and about how far away would that be from the Warner farm?
200 yards.
200 yards. So you went to that property, the house was vacant?
I couldn't even get in because it was locked.
Okay, you didn't get in. You checked the property around the house?
Yes.
Are there barns on that
There is.
property? You didn't go into the barns though, did you?
No.
And then after that is when you went back to the farm and went into the office, which is what we heard you testify about, correct?
Yes.
Lastly, after April 25th, 2021, you were involved with searching for Miss Warner, correct?
Yes.
There was a volunteer search about a week or two after she disappeared.
Yes.
Is that accurate? Did the search team that volunteered to get together, did they split into multiple groups and go to multiple different areas?
Yes. We spread out throughout a field and walked.
And one of the places that was searched was Greg Hardy's property around his house, correct?
That's correct.
That's Miss Warner's brother.
That is correct.
Who was involved in that search team, if you know?
I do not. I do not know who specifically. I remember seeing people on there, on Greg's property.
Did you ask Mr. Hardy if people were able to search his property?
Greg headed up this search party, so he told everybody, walk from here all till we get to Tipton Highway, which includes walking through Greg's property.
If you know, was he part of the search that was around his house?
I do not know.
I have no further questions. Thank you.
just two quick questions about that search you just talked about. Had you ever, I mean, Dee had left and gone away for a night or two before, correct? You were familiar with that?
Only by accounts of Raquel.
Okay. Had you ever searched for her before?
No,
Okay. And as far as you know, did Dale participate in that search?
he did not.
All right, thank you.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, are we, oh, I'm sorry. All right, we have received a question from a juror. It's my understanding that neither side has any issue or objection to me asking that question.
No objection, Your Honor.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, so the question is, what was Dee's reaction when she found out about the tracking device?
She was extremely angry, very angry, and she was angry before I told her what the the Google search resulted in. And then when I told her it was a tracking device, she was very angry.
All right, Mr. McCready, any further questions?
Yeah, nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
Ms. Vinsky?
No, thank you.
Okay, are we excusing Mr. Lolley from his subpoena at this point?
Yes, Your Honor.
No objection, thank you.
So thank you, sir. You can step down. You're excused from your subpoena, so if you'd like to stay in the courtroom at this point, you may.
Thank you.